What's that in the sky? It's Beppo the Super Monkey! Just kidding, nobody wants that. It's Krypto the Superdog, making his first big screen appearance in 2025's Superman. Here's everything you need to know about what comics' favorite canine can do.
Pop up and away.
Superfans already know that Krypto the Superdog is basically just Superman in dog form, but let's break it down for you. First of all, Krypto can fly, just like Kal-El. Not only can the doggo dash through the air, but he can also carry objects much heavier than himself while he's in flight. We won't get into the physics of how, just know that it's a thing. As the Superman trailer hints, the loyal dog has carried Superman out of trouble before. Krypto shows off the ability to fly in just about all of his comic book appearances, where he can often be seen soaring through the skies at Superman's side, or with a collection of other powerful super pets. Like all good boys, he's a great wingman, and good at winging his way into or out of trouble with the Man of Steel's help. As a super animal from the planet Krypton, Krypto has strength beyond that of your average dog, proportionate with most super beings in the DC universe. Remember that car Superman was smashing on the cover of his first appearance? Krypto can handle it. During his first appearance in Adventure Comics issue 210, the first thing Krypto ever did was break a bunch of captured pups out of jail using that incredible strength. At that point, he wasn't too bright because the next thing he decided to do was try to eat a gun. He'd get smarter as time went on. His incredible strength can be seen in a number of comics featuring the Dog of Steel, often in service of his human friends. Time will tell if he gets to haul something heavy that isn't Superman-sized in James Gunn's film, but it seems likely. He's also faster than a speeding bullet, but maybe even faster. Most comics give Krypto powers proportionate to his smaller size, but either way, he's much faster than any Earth dog. If Superman has the speed and power to make the Earth reverse its course and send time spinning backwards, Krypto might be able to at least mess up daylight savings time. Controlling that speed is another problem. Krypto sometimes has a tendency to barge right ahead, since dogs will be dogs, even if they come from space. Like Superman, Krypto is also gifted with super breath, which means his exhalations are strong enough to move mountains. Whether it's toppling bad guys, putting out fires, changing the weather, or just giving the room a quick dusting, super breath can accomplish it all. Also like his owner, Krypto's breath can be super chilled, turning objects or villains into convenient, helpless ice cubes. His ice breath can be used to create bridges, cool down hot objects, or ice over lakes. Though Krypto doesn't get to use his power as often as his master does, it's a skill that seems to be possessed by all Kryptonians. What does someone do when icing things over doesn't solve the problem? Kryptonian heat vision can melt steel, or be focused enough to act like a surgical laser. And like Superman, Krypto's eyes usually glow an eerie red when he does it. Heat vision's pretty handy in a tight jam, whether it's melting through handcuffs, breaking through a wall, disintegrating meteors, zapping bad guys. There's not a lot that a focus beam of heat can't fix. Naturally, both man and beast have to be very careful with this power, but in the end, Krypto can use his heat vision to tunnel through the thickest wall and rescue his human friends with all of the panache of his master. Can a Kryptonian dog survive a bullet to the chest, just like Superman? Well, yes, it's one of the first things he ever does in the comic pages. Krypto has a level of invulnerability that keeps him safe from heat, fire, and projectiles. That invulnerability shows itself in multiple ways, allowing him to fly in space without getting crushed or suffocating. And in at least one instance, the only thing that can hurt Krypto is himself. In the DC League of Super Pets animated film, Krypto's so physically strong that he can harness the power of the solar paw punch. To use it, he has to harness the power of the sun to make a single fatal strike, but the impact would also kill Krypto. If anything does manage to injure Krypto, he can recover from that injury pretty quickly. That healing ability means he and Kal-El can take an enormous beating without suffering any prolonged injuries. Because of their invulnerability, they can be blasted through several skyscrapers or fly through a volcano and survive with little more than a scratch. But if they do, no big deal. Things that injure, maim, or kill a human being are just minor inconveniences to a Kryptonian. But all of this can be negated with the famous weakness of all aliens from Krypton. Kryptonite will weaken and hurt both Superman and his canine sidekick, stripping them of all of their powers. An injured Krypto who's also exposed to the deadly rock probably wouldn't last long. Once again, just like Superman, Krypto has the ability to see right through solid steel and most other opaque surfaces, thanks to his X-ray vision. Superman and Supergirl have used this ability to spy on criminals, rescue innocent civilians, find hidden treasures, and even find medical anomalies in the sick. Like other canine pals through history, Krypto uses it to track his friends, as well as to find children and other vulnerable humans when they're in danger. They all share the same weakness though, as none of them can see through lead. All Kryptonians, dogs included, gain enhanced power from exposure to the radiation of yellow suns, and Krypto is no exception to that rule. And in this way, his X-ray vision can be bolstered. With enough power, he can see right through skin and into the delicious bones of his human and animal friends, as well as dense walls and thick floors, whether he's looking for a bomb or a treat. Krypto is mostly just under Superman's level of power in all of his abilities, except for one thing that Dog's already superpowered at: hearing. Superman's hearing is written pretty inconsistently, sometimes allowing him to hear through the void of space or to hear the sounds of molecules. But whatever it is, Krypto can do it better. And like most dogs, his sense of smell is also superpowered, meaning he can smell and hear things even Superman might miss. Batman used Krypto's keen sense of smell to search out Poison Ivy during Batman's Hush storyline, and it may be one ability that Krypto uses a lot more often than Superman. The Man of Steel leaps tall buildings, but he doesn't usually sniff them. Or pee on them. Or sniff his own butt. Well, he might do that, I don't know.